Business Brain, episode 676 for Wednesday, August 20th, National Bacon Lovers Day, 2025. I know. Bacon. Greetings, folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where you or we come up with some ideas, better collectively, and we use them to tune our business brains as we discuss them so that we can each keep on living those charmed lives. Our sponsors for this episode include Bitdefender.com/brain. That's where you can go to save 30% with Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. And also Constant Contact, where you can go to ConstantContact.com and try it out free for 30 days. It's more than just email. We'll talk more about that and Bitdefender in a minute here. For now, here on National Bacon Lovers Day in Durham, New Hampshire, I'm Dave Hamilton.
Boy, I love bacon. Tell you what, I'm Shannon Jean. I'm still out in Northern California. And we smoke a fair amount of bacon out here.
Do you?
It's pretty good. Yeah, put on the smoker. We make it ourselves. Then we buy other stuff. Yeah, I went to a restaurant nearby recently. They have a appetizer called Millionaire Bacon.
Okay,
and it was $7 a slice. So I don't know if the guy who's making it wants to be a millionaire or I think that might be it. But it was very good. I love slow smoked bacon, with a little heat and some sweet on it.
Is this $1 million bacon, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
$1 million bacon. Yeah.
$1 million bacon.
Yeah.
You can First Watch.
Yeah.
Is that the name of the place?
This restaurant's called Sweet Maple.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of them, but if you search for another term they use for it, if you want to make it yourself, is pig candy.
Okay.
And it is delicious, man. And it's easy to make. I post about it all the time. Usually on Fridays, I'm smoking something, but
sure.
I love it. You know what they say? It's not that if you don't eat bacon, it's not that you live longer. It's just life is slow and boring. It just feels like that.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, your sampler platter. You get 4 different kinds of bacon. All right, I'll put a link in the menu. That's great.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty tasty. It's good.
I was at a diner after a gig recently, which is something I certainly used to do when I was a lot younger, and now maybe happens once every 10 years. Yeah. But the timing and everything worked out right, and it was like, okay, let's go to the diner. We were all hungry with the band, so we went, and our singer ordered a mug o' bacon. And it really was just a mug filled with, strips of bacon. And it was at that point of the night, we'd been playing. We played like 3 hours or whatever. There was a lot of protein. We burned. Yeah, we needed protein. So, it was good.
Yeah. I mean, if you've never cooked a pork belly, you don't know what you're missing. Boy. All right. And that's bacon.
And that is what it is.
It is what it is, but it's just the more direct version,
yes.
Let's say.
Yes. Yeah.
What are we talking about today, man?
Speaking of, this bacon might help with this topic.
Good.
I've been thinking a lot about something that, and you and I have sort of danced around this idea of having buy-in from your family. Now, we talk about having the right partner is a force multiplier for your life and your business, and obviously I couldn't agree more with that. And it is important as an entrepreneur to have buy-in from your family. Your kids need to understand how your life works. It's different from your friends. They're the easiest ones to train, I think, because assuming that they grow up with it. But if your kids are 10 or 12 when you start your own business and things change, then you probably need to sit them down and sort of talk them through it.
Sure.
But
I would agree.
And so you definitely need buy-in from your family. Probably need buy-in from, in some circumstances anyway, from your parents and your spouse's parents, so that they're not constantly needling you about why. I never really experienced any negative stuff from my parents or my spouse's parents, but I certainly have talked to folks who
because you performed.
Well, not right away, Shannon.
It would have been but still.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah,
because
yes,
on one side of the tightrope is flakiness and stopping and starting and not getting anywhere, and on the other side of the tightrope is success as an entrepreneur.
Right.
And if you can have a mix of those things.
Yes. And I have. Yeah.
Yep. So of course, so have I. But if you fall off on the flakiness and failure to start and stop and, I'm following every single idea I ever get, I would argue that's much tougher to get the support
that's fair.
From your family. But I totally agree with you that the support buy-in from family is huge for
it's really important.
Being successful.
Yeah. And the other thing that and I think, well, perhaps other than our parents, I think you and I have had this conversation about our nuclear families needing to have buy-in from them. One thing that I think is really important is having buy-in from your team members or your employees' families.
Oh, yeah.
Having them feel like, even if, and you may not get the opportunity to interact with them directly. You may only ever interact with these people through your employees. If you can interact with them directly, if you can create opportunities for that, even better. But if you can't, then making sure that the way your employees are going to complain about you and work to their families. It's totally normal. Don't worry about it. In fact, truly, don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. That's a third rail right there. They are going to do it even if they have no intention of ever complaining to you or leaving or any of that stuff. But with that in mind, having them communicate to their families that your business is a good business to work at, you are a good manager, a good leader. I think someday we need to address this thing that you and I have punted on something, Shannon, about leadership and management, and I don't think we need to let each other get away with that. But that's for a future episode.
Okay, write it down.
I'm writing it down.
Put it on the list.
Yep. But making sure that that your employees or team members' families are on board with this, because if they're not on board with their family member, partner, whatever, working for you, that person won't be working for you for very much longer.
Yeah. And I think the way you get them on board, the easiest way is you treat them great. And then they talk about, I love this place. I'm learning this. I got this. And it's not, of course, everybody complains about salary. It's just a human condition. There's no way around it. Doesn't matter what you pay them.
I want more money too, Shannon.
Yeah, of course. All of us do. Yeah. So you just have to get over that.
Yeah.
The other, I agree with you wholly that having buy-in. And I think we've done an episode where I think the title was Everyone is a Customer. And this plays into this because you, especially as an entrepreneur, everyone is a customer, and that could be your spouse, your immediate family, your extended family. You are in the persuasion business, and if you may not be able to dump all the negative stuff you went through today on, these people, or I know this for a fact, you cannot go in and drop every crazy idea that you're working on everybody, because they'll freak out. You can't do it. Yeah. They'll just be like, this is ridiculous. But so you have to keep that in mind, how you present it. And it's not manipulating, it's persuasion. It's like, well, I'm going to present this way because I'm trying to get buy-in. I want support. And then the other comment I will just, real quick is that, like when I do calls with people, you said this last week or maybe the week before, there was a supplier that was like, well, we can't come over unless both your spouse are going to be there.
Oh yeah.
You and your spouse, which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
But one thing I do say when I have people on the phone and they're asking about this and that, and they might spend some money with me or do that, I always say, hey, you should go show this to your spouse. Yes. About 87% of my clients are men.
Okay.
And I always say, you know what? Our wives have a great BS detector.
Yep.
And I suggest you go, because I send them all a link to the recording of every call. I said, please have your wife watch it so she can critique it and offer you feedback. Because I know I'm not full of BS. I'm not trying to.
Yeah. You're not right.
I'm just sharing what worked in my life. And if you're interested, great. I don't really sell. I just kind of present opportunity, but I always say you should have your wife watch this because it'll be great. And if you hire me, one of the first questions I ask is, are you okay if your spouse or significant other sits in on a call? Because I'm trying to get buy-in for this guy.
Yes.
Right? Because if I'm pumping you up and filling you full of optimism, goodness, and ideas and action items, and you go walk in the other room and someone else is tearing you down with, that's not going to work, that guy's a flake, you're wasting your money, we're just fighting this losing battle.
It's never going to happen. Yeah.
It doesn't happen. So I'm always just like, hey, what does your spouse think?
Yes.
Or who are you involved in? Is it your dad, your father-in-law?
Right.
Whatever?
Yeah. It might be a parent, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get them on the call. And some people need that. Some people need that.
It's third-party validation. It's from a trusted third party, not just some random third party. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's lots of different ways to do it. But don't forget that those people in your family or not, they're your customers as well. And you have to convince them.
Love that.
You have to convince them.
I love that. I'm processing here. All right.
Yeah, good topic.
Yeah, there's going to be more to be said about this. For now, we want to talk about our sponsors because, well, this episode is sponsored by Bitdefender, a global leader in cybersecurity. And let me just say, they can save you from a very expensive mistake. If you run a small business, you know the drill. The invoices pile up, you pay them as fast as you can, and you hope nothing gets missed. But one day, I caught something weird. An invoice for a service we never used. It happens. It looks legit. It had a logo, a real address, even a phone number. It was a scam, right? You've seen this too. A totally fake invoice designed to trick us. And that's exactly why I recommend using our sponsor, Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. It scans everything, emails, attachments, links, and flags shady stuff before anyone on your team clicks or pays anything. It even monitors for data leaks and helps you manage passwords and digital identity risks. It includes phishing and scam protection, unlimited VPN, password manager, and breach monitoring. And I love getting real-time alerts, right? We all do. It actually makes me feel like somebody's watching our back. Running a business is already stressful enough. Getting scammed on top of that? Yeah, no thanks. Keep your small business safe with Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. Save 30% when you go to bitdefender.com/brain. That's bitdefender.com/brain for 30% off. And our thanks to Bitdefender for sponsoring this episode. And hey, when it comes to growing your business, we all know that engaging with customers is crucial, right? I mean, every business is in the customer service business. We say it all the time. But the real question is how to engage with customers. Most of us don't have the time, the skills, or the money to keep up with marketing every day. We're too busy actually running our businesses. That's why I'm so glad our sponsor, Constant Contact, exists. And I really can't wait to dive into what they're doing here. This isn't just another email tool. Constant Contact is an award-winning all-in-one marketing platform that lets you run email, yes, and text, and social media, and events, and landing pages, all from one place. This way, we can finally ditch our ridiculous spreadsheets labeled, Marketing Chaos 2025, which really is just a copy of Marketing Chaos 2024. And Constant Contact's AI content generator, that'll turn your rough ideas into ready-to-send campaigns faster than you can brew your favorite cup of mint tea, folks. Add in hundreds of templates, automated sending, real-time reporting, and a 97% deliverability rate. I know. And I'm ready to live the charmed life knowing my messages are landing where I want them to. Like I said, I'm so glad I found Constant Contact and can't wait to get started. Get a free 30-day trial when you go to ConstantContact.com. Try Constant Contact free for 30 days at ConstantContact.com. Again, ConstantContact.com. And our thanks to Constant Contact for sponsoring this episode. All right, Shannon, what do we got next?
Hey, did you know that sports are a big deal, right?
Yeah,
Like,
turns out huge business.
Big
and
deal. Like
it's,
Paramount.
it's the entertainment business, right?
Yeah. Today, Paramount paid $7.7 billion for the rights to stream the UFC. Do you know that UFC? That's like a fight thing, right?
Yeah,
like
Ultimate Fighting or something.
Do you watch that stuff?
Nope.
No, neither do I.
Almost $8 billion for something you and I
somebody watches
barely
right?
know anything about. That's right.
Okay, so stay with me here.
Okay,
that's important because in business, sports is a big deal. And so
golf, especially. You play any golf?
I've been known to play golf. I haven't played in years, but I used to play, but I don't really play much anymore.
Yeah.
But things like football, your local team, your college team, your NFL team, Major League Baseball. Now, I like, football. I like watching baseball, but I'm not like, I couldn't tell you a single player's jersey number if my life depended on it. But my son, he could tell you every stat, everything.
Sure.
So in business, what happened, one thing I noticed is people walk in and they're like, hey, who's your team? And I'd say, 49ers, because I live near San Francisco.
Yeah, right, of course.
That's great.
Yeah.
And I know some names, and I love watching the games, and I can tell who's who, and I know the personalities and the players. But, I can't tell you, did you see that guy beat that record? I fall apart, everything. So years ago, I came up with an answer because I'm in, lots of guys walk into my office, FedEx reps, UPS reps,
sure,
guys in the parts business, technology, but women as well, into sports. And
for sure. Oh yeah.
And I just didn't follow it. But you know what I did? I hired a guy.
Really?
And that guy knew everything about sports. And that became part of his role in our thing because he knew all the stats. He knew everything. He could walk out. The guy would come up, pull up and say, well, who's your team? And I go, hang on a minute, Paul, come over and talk to this guy.
Talk sports.
Yeah. And it really worked. It would endear people to you and connect to your business and everything. And it worked out amazing. So just remember, you can always hire a guy that knows, and that could be an interview question when you're trying to hire whoever, a warehouse person, could be it doesn't have to just be a guy, it could be anybody.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
But what do they know? You got to know, do you follow sports? Do you know statistics? Do you know that you play fantasy? To me, if you play fantasy sports, you're really into it. Right? I don't know anything about that.
Yeah,
but again, my son's like the commissioner for his fantasy sports league.
Okay.
Just different. It's not me.
Yes.
My wife knows more about it than I do. That's not my, not my forte. And I enjoy it. I love going to games, of course.
Yeah.
But I want like FedEx to take me and put me in the luxury box. And
that's a better way to go to a game.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's cool. But don't forget, you can always hire a guy to fill those roles. And there's lots of, I guess it's like a PR role. It's just a social thing.
It's a social thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always ask people, I mean, I can talk enough about sports here in New England. It's the Bruins and the Patriots and the Celtics.
Sure.
And the Red Sox. I couldn't tell you much about baseball or basketball here in New England or anywhere else. But I can tell you enough about hockey and football to sort of hold my own-ish. But what I eventually will do is ask people what their favorite band is.
And then you got it.
Right. And now we're home. I'm good. I can tell you a story you've never heard about your favorite band. I might know somebody that knows someone in your favorite band, like, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm always like, hey, did you know Costco did $250 billion last year?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So everybody has
you got your thing.
Everybody's a genius at something. Right?
Yes. One of my favorite, and I know I've talked about it on the show, but one of my favorite interview questions is, and we only stumbled on this in the last 5 years, is what are you a nerd about?
Yeah, I love that.
If for our organization, if someone doesn't just immediately go and talk for 10 minutes about whatever they're nerdy about, up until the point where we're like, great, that's enough. Yeah, but if they can't, then they're not going to fit here. You don't have to be nerdy about the same thing that I am. That's fine. But you need to be nerdy about something. You need to be aware that you are nerdy about something and able to talk, because I know that once you've worked here for 6-8 months, you're going to know our stuff well enough to be able to talk about it as well as you can talk about something that you know about today. And so it's a great way to test. Are you able to just talk about something that you know about? I don't care what it is.
Yes. Doesn't matter.
I just want to see how you talk.
Yeah. My favorite interview question that I always ended, I'm sure I've shared this on the show before, is I always say, listen, we're interviewing a bunch of people. I'm going to have, all these people in here talking to them either via Zoom or, in person. What should I remember about you?
Love that.
That's the last thing I answer. And I always take a little note and I'll be like, oh, I like that train guy, or I like the dude that's into horses, or the guy that loves football, whatever. Because I have a hard time, it kind of melds together. You ever gone and look at places to live? Like look at 10 apartments today or 5 houses, and you're like, wait, I thought that one had the extra. And you want, I bought a house thinking there was an extra room that we didn't get. So that I was like, wait, I thought this had the other thing. And that guy was like, that was the other place that you didn't want.
That you didn't buy. Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you remember?
Love that.
Those are good. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
it.
Awesome.
Love it. Tell us what your favorite interview question is. Feedback at businessbrain.show. If you send in your favorite interview question and we read it on the show, which we're definitely going to, we will also enter you into our drawing for a MacBook.
I think it's control.
I'm out of control today. I did this completely without any buy-in. We can edit this out if you're not on board, Shannon.
Oh, I'm totally on board. All right, great. I'm happy to give it away, man. I'm going to give it away to somebody.
I know. Same. Yep. We want the engagement. Engage with us, please. We love it. Thanks for hanging out. And feedback at businessbrain.show. That's where you're going to send in whatever you want. If you want to do the review as well or instead, businessbrain.show/review. That's it. Yeah.
Do them both, man.
Do them both. Absolutely. Get in there twice. I love it.